Okay, so I am back. I have not posted in like what has it been? Like a week since I was back testing. Let me see if I can find the thing. If it would show. Okay, it doesn't show it. I have it somewhere on some video. Okay, give me a second. I have it recorded. So yeah, here it is, right? Start with a 15k account, right? Whatever. Yeah, win rate, and yeah, it's like a year of like traits. So there you go. Shut up, right? And yeah, I learned a couple things about the strategy in itself, and I also try to do the exact same thing without news. And I realized that there's so many days that there's news, like there's like it's hard if you're just gonna skip every day that there is news. You're not gonna make it like anything. Also, this May, just don't pay attention to that number too much. February and March. February usually just is a bad month, always in general anyway. But March I was making a couple mistakes because I was trying something new, so that's why that is like that. But yeah, I basically been backtesting this strategy and just learning a couple other things about how the market moves and such and such and such. And yeah, so after that, yeah, right after, right, there was this one, right? And this makes sense because I'm like, oh, okay, boom, we take this low, power of 3, if you will, right? Consolidation, manipulation, displacement. I'm like, oh, it's power of 3. It's also like a technically maybe a market maker, but not really, right? It's more so the move down of the market maker. Then I come here and I see this, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're technically the market maker. And I was like, this one, right? This one, of course, we're gonna hit this one first, but this one, right? And it does, and I just play by the rules, 2RR, right? Whatever, right? And then you can just do like up here, right? Oh my god, right. So it hits in like London session, and then if you want to go for this high, because I did say probably would go there, but I would just cut myself right there. Literally before silver bullet, right? But this is just like for learning and educational purposes, right? And then same thing here, right? So this 2RR, and I was like, okay, so if you would have taken the same thing, right, but up to here, because this is a tiny market maker model, right, this would have made money eventually, like the next day. This would have hit. The only issue is that it would also hit stop loss. So I don't know, done something like that, right? But I'm like, okay, so this kind of works. This thing kind of works, right? And then this was yesterday. I didn't even trade yesterday because I just saw consolidation. That's all I saw. So I was like, okay, whatever. But we can do this right now. Right? So AM session, we don't get any fair value gaps, right? But after 6, take that to this point, right? I'm just pointing out the obvious. I would have not taken this, honestly, but this does exist, right? And then PM session, what do we get? We get this, right? And your stop would be there, so it would have been taken out. And then we get this huge sell-off, right? So let's just say spreads, okay? Let's just say spreads saved me. One second. You get the point. Let's just say you wouldn't gotten stopped out by spreads, or because of spreads, boom, you would have made money, right? And then what could have you done? You could have taken this high, which is also this high, anyway, right? Because when you zoom out and you look at it, like, okay, there's a market maker model here, and then there's kind of like you put a fib on it. Oh my god, no. If you put a fib on it, yeah, it comes to like, it's like deep discount, and then it continues, right? And then, oh my god, no, what the fuck? And like, knowing that we're kind of still in this market maker model, you could have just taken this high, which is also the equal to this high, right? And then there you go, right? Whatever. But yeah, you zoom out even further or come on the 1 hour, you're like, oh, so we have this one, right? And it is in a market maker model. We have this high and we have this high. Now this one is very fitty, probably won't hit it immediately. This one, it might hit it way sooner than expected, right? But we'll see. We will see. There's also a good chance that it will actually come and retrace all the way down to like here-ish, and then it will go up here. But that's just my guess. We'll have to see when 10 a.m. comes. But that's kind of an update of what's been going on. Why haven't I posted anything, such and such? And I'll just kind of make this and the trade recap the same video. So. Okay. Where's the mic? Here is the mic. Okay, so we're back. News dropped. What the fuck is this? You go here. News dropped, right? It came all the way down to this fair value gap, if you will, right? Pushed back up, came down, and then started building up, right? Then it gives us 3 fair value gaps back to back, and then on the close gives another fair value gap. Now, I'm more inclined to wait on the first fair value gap, wait for the retracement into this, and then come to take this high. It'll probably end up being a high. In 2 minutes, I'll update, right? But the other thing, and this is the type of trade I would take, and I did take while backtesting, the closing candle. If the closing candle is the second candle in the fair value gap, then it is valid for me, right? And we can see, right? This is, yeah, that's correct, right? It does tap in very tight, had to like be on point with the spreads, right? And then it goes 2R, right? And the beauty is we both take this high and this high. So chances are it would like to come take this high eventually, which is the all-time high. Oh, it already did. Okay, never mind. It already took that high too. So yeah, from here probably come into this fair value gap, and then come, I don't know, take, at least get close to this high, who knows, right? Or tap at least into this invent fair value gap, who knows, right? But yeah, it's either this or this, and if it taps into this and hits stop loss, then I'm like, yeah, okay. So we don't care if there's 3 fair value gaps back to back, and the rule says that you take the first one if it's more than 2, if it's not a proportional, right, being 2 only, right, and you take whatever else you get afterwards, then I'll just be super sure of that instead of almost sure of that, which I am right now, right? But market maker model, big ass market maker model. Somebody swing traded this shit from right here, or like right here. That's good money. But yeah, then we would just wait until PM session, and PM session I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be bearish. And I'm gonna just tap into this fair value gap, and you can see the price action. So that's cool. But Yeah, just 10 seconds. We'll just wait 10 seconds. There you go. Now we have that high. So that's that. It might tap into this here, might come all the way back up here and then continue moving down, or it might come here but like, you know what, I'm gonna take this high and then reverse. We'll see what happens. It might just not give a fuck and continue going up, which is, you know, happens a lot on Nasdaq, right? But it is what it is. Game is game. Yeah, and this is one of those days that even though I guess we've taken lows, so by that definition, even though we've taken all the highs and just like 2 lows, technically, yeah, it's one of those push up days instead of, you know, we taken highs, so we're gonna be bearish. We'll see what happens in PM session, but yeah, that's that for now. Okay, so PM session, yeah, we just continued, which is actually logical for Nasdaq because we're making all-time highs, and Nasdaq does like to make a big statement when it's making all-time highs, like we can just see here, right? So boom, from here, right, and you can just calculate. This is not like a rule or anything. This is kind of like whatever, right? And then that was the old, most recent all-time high, right? So then by that definition, we kind of have a long way to go before we start reversing. Okay, now PM session, no fair value gaps. So unless one would have taken this one, but that's not the rule. The only nice thing with this is that you get the invert fair value gap, right? And you can just take this low and then boom, whatever, who cares, right? So far, this was the only trade for today, and also this price action makes sense, you know, having PMI news today, right? We'll see if it retraces into here in like London, and then next day in New York, if it will hit the high or not. But yeah, so far today is this, and we'll see if this one was valid tomorrow. But one thing's for sure, this one was, right? You get the point. But my rules of like backtesting for here, it says when there is 3 fair value gaps back to back, you either take the next one or you take it from the first one. So there we go.